we go, hour two. This is The Herd, wherever you may be, however you may be listening, live in Los Angeles on a Monday, President's Day, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Joy Taylor is joining me. You know, she's at the time in her life in a great relationship where she's just vacationing in the sunny places every weekend. Kansas City, Pittsburgh,
Kansas City
Mexico.
and Pittsburgh are not sunny places, especially right now. I believe Kansas City is getting hit with a blizzard right now, but not in Cabo, yes.
Good for you. I'm jelly, as they say.
I'm very spoiled.
Well, now you've earned everything in life. You're a hard worker and a great teammate. Great to have you in. Well, we do it every Monday at this time. I make mistakes. I whiff. I have strong opinions. Where Colin was right, where Colin was wrong. Let's not waste any time.
Where Colin was right?
Luke Walton shouldn't be fired, and Jeannie Buss stepped up and rightly said Luke Walton's finishing the season as a Laker coach. Listen, LeBron arrives, and there's always tension with the coach. He got to the finals with David Blatt. He got to the finals with Ty Lue, and he got to the finals with Mike Brown. I think Luke Walton is maybe not as good as Ty Lue, but he's certainly in that class of coach. And I think Jeannie Buss is saying, okay, all you alpha males, okay, all you egos, I'm with Jeannie on this one. LeBron is not easy to coach. By the way, Kobe maybe wasn't, and MJ wasn't, and Magic ran out Paul Westhead. I'm not saying superstars are easy to coach. I'm not being tough on LeBron here. But Luke Walton, and I totally defend him here, do you really want to blow him out and bring in, with all these young players, another coach? And who's on the market right now that's significantly better? Jason Kidd? Are you sure Jason Kidd? Why is he on the market if he's so great? Let me ask you that. Didn't he just... If he's so great, why is he potentially out there? Luke Walton should be the Laker coach for the rest of the year. Jeannie Buss made the right decision.
Where Colin was wrong.
Outside of the baseball All-Star game, I think these All-Star games are mostly totally unwatchable, but I thought yesterday was pretty good. There was actual pride. I know the score feels like nobody played defense, but late in the game, people played defense. I thought the dunk contest Saturday night was the best dunk contest in a long, long time. I thought the skills challenge was kind of oddly entertaining. And I also think the NBA, with the stars picking the teams, is really funny and very transparent. I thought the All-Star weekend was a lot of joy, a lot of laughs. Again, I thought the dunk contest, that's about as good a dunk contest as we have seen in a long time. And it, as a television product, I thought it was pretty good.
Where Colin was right?
Listen, I've been saying it this year. Russell Westbrook's a Hall of Famer, but is he an all-star right now? Because I watched that game yesterday. He's like the least effective player. He had a minus 19 plus minus. He was 1 for 8 on threes. He honestly, he was like throwing garlic into an apple pie. Some ingredient. He was the ingredient that just did not work. And again, he's a Hall of Famer. I'm not denying that. And he was an MVP, and I'm not denying that. But is he an all-star right now? Is he? Are you absolutely sure? Because I see a bunch of great players out there. And I thought yesterday he kind of played into what I think he is now. A lot of energy. Not always it's sometimes ill-placed activity instead of smart activity. And I thought yesterday Giannis was on his way to winning the MVP, and Westbrook came in and sort of blew it for him.
Where Colin was wrong.
You know, I thought the Celtics rebuild, if you made a book called Rebuilding for Dummies, you do it the way the Celtics did it. Get the coach, draft the right guys. I got to be honest with you. Right now, they're 4th in the East. Jason Tatum came out this weekend and guaranteed they're going to win it all. And then Jason Tatum a week ago came out and there were rumors he said, I wouldn't mind playing for the Pelicans. And Kyrie Irving's hurt again. And, you know, Brad Stevens, the head coach, do we know that he works with stars? Now, Gordon Hayward did play better last 4 or 5 games before the All-Star break. But this situation in Boston does not feel as rock solid as it did. I predicted before the year, I said, this team's going to win the championship. They're going to upset the Warriors in 7 games. Right now, I think Toronto's better. I think Philadelphia, I agree with Joy. I think they have more high-end players if they can get their chemistry right. And Boston isn't going forward, isn't the lock I thought they would be.
Where Colin was right?
Bryce Harper and Manny Machado were great baseball players. but they're unsigned right now. And they will sign, and they'll make a lot of money. But finally, baseball general managers have caught on to an obvious truth. None of these 10-year contracts work. Miguel Cabrera signed for 8. They'd get out of that thing yesterday. Robinson Cano, Albert Pujols, Joey Votto. Now, these guys will get money and they'll get paid, but GMs now, 90% of the teams have no interest signing star players. These are great players. I mean, Manny Machado's giving you 37 rips. He's giving you 110 RBI, and he plays every game. Doesn't play hard every moment, but and Bryce Harper's an all-time first-ballot Hall of Fame power hitter. Finally, baseball GMs, I don't buy into this collusion. It's just called intelligence. That if something doesn't work, then you stop doing the something. And 10-year contracts, in what industry I don't care if it was Giannis. I wouldn't sign Giannis to a 10-year contract, because what if he rips his knee up dunking in year 4 of it? You're trapped for 6 years.
Where Colin was wrong.
Golfer Matt Kuchar folded like a cheap tent. Friday, I supported him. I did a radio show only, and I said, listen, he's a little cheap. He won a tournament and only gave his caddy $5,000, which is a very small percentage, but he offered him 15, and frankly, it wasn't a full-time caddy. It was a part-time caddy. He was a rent-a-caddy, not somebody he leaned on like, Phil Mickelson leaned on Bones or Jordan Spieth leans on his caddy. Now, I would have paid more than an extra $1,000 for winning a tournament, and I probably would have given him $25,000 to $50,000. But I thought the outrage on social media was generally what social media is, just over the top. But Kuchar felt the heat. Literally, Saturday morning got up and said, I'm a horrible person. I cringed, and I'm sorry, and I'm writing the dude a check, which is the nice thing to do. But I was surprised. I thought Matt Kuchar had an opinion, not a popular one. Wouldn't be what I would do, but he's known as a pretty tough, strong opinion dude, and he folded Saturday morning. Couple of days of Twitter, and Matt Kuchar was out.
Where Colin was right.
So I watched the American Alliance of Football again yesterday, AAF, and I got to be honest, on television, it was a pretty good product. I got legitimate announcers. I got coaches, Mike Riley, Steve Spurrier yesterday, guys I've heard of. I think the quarterback plays decent. It's better than college. It's better than Canadian football.
I love that backwards lob pass.
And by the way, the game I watched, there was a nice crowd in San Antonio. There's something there.
You can't have both teams need different colored jerseys.
Yeah, that was odd.
That's got to fix.
But I'll tell you something. I'll say with this. I think spring football is going to work, and I am more convinced every time I watch this league. I'm absolutely convinced spring football is going to work. Now, the XFL is going to be introduced a year from now, so you'll have 2 concurrent leagues running, and I'm not sure if they'll both make it. But either they're both going to make it or they're going to join and one's going to make it. But the quality on television, it's not half bad.
I think the XFL is going to have a different approach. They're going to be more theatrical.
A little bit.
I mean, if they're going to keep any of their original XFL style.
Yeah.
So.
And
where Colin was right.
I always told you I love Bradley Beal. I think Bradley Beal is the most underrated player in the NBA. And Bradley Beal, thank you. Admitted. All he did this weekend, recruit guys. For the record, his teammate John Wall, who I'm not a fan of, refuses to recruit. It's an ego thing. Bradley Beal's like, you kidding me? It's like a convention here. That's all I'm doing, recruiting guys. Folks, the tampering charges against players are unfair, unjust, and ridiculous. Listen, man, I was on the phone the minute I landed at Fox Sports 1 calling anybody who would listen. That's what everybody's doing in the country. You're trying. I don't care if it's Wall Street or Main Street. And you're going to tell me you're going to have an all-star weekend. Guys are partying together, playing together, hanging out together, and they can't have conversations about, hey, dude, you want to come in D.C.? You want to come to San Francisco? You want to come to Phoenix? You want to come to Charlotte? I love that Bradley Beal did this. It confirms what I've always thought about Bradley Beal. He is a complete get-it guy. Bradley, you keep recruiting. Don't listen to the tampering. I don't know how many people D.C. can afford with Wall's contract and your contract. I don't know how many stars you can get there, and I'm not sure if it'll ever happen, but it made me love Bradley Beal even more. This tampering stuff is ridiculous. If you want to get on the owners and GMs, I get it. But getting on players for it? Give me a break. unfair. I think it's just an anti-LeBron thing, to be honest with you. I think, you NBA commissioners and you NBA owners, you gas up all the players, you make them stars, and then you're shocked everybody wants to talk and hang out with stars. Well, that's the league. Of course guys want to play with James Harden. Of course guys want to play with Anthony Davis. I mean, you market the stars, come watch the stars, be with the stars. Yeah, guys, even players want to hang out with the stars. It's not tampering, it's reality. Chris Broussard, Albert Breer, both around the corner. When it comes to costly car repairs, the key is they're not that costly. Most people driving a car right now, listening to me on the road, it's not under warranty. Not the initial warranty you got at the dealership when you bought it. So you need to extend a warranty. How about carshield.com? Rental car for free. 24/7 roadside assistance, free. All you do, you pick the mechanic, and it could be the dealership you bought the car, and then carshield.com, they reimburse the mechanic. So you're out of that whole checks in the mail thing. $2 billion in claims handed out by a Midwest company, CarShield. Go to carshield.com, put